Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th race of the season. We are here in Lublin as we get set to go racing here in Poland for this race. We are following the Sunoco Elite Series race here, and we will get set to go racing here shortly. And to give you a small recap on the top 10 of the grid, I'm going to give you a small rundown. In row number 1, we have Audra Baranowskis alongside her teammate Grace Takayama. And then in the next row, we have Vladimir Petrov alongside Mike Kennedy. Then we have the number 66 of Mark Nutt trying to turn around his season, and our most recent winner of the season in Sean Ard. He won in La Colina International, and he gets set to try and win again in the European Tour to potentially give Freeze Racing Team their second win of the season, his second win of the season, and Freeze Racing Team's third overall win of their entire existence. In the next row, row 4, Tristan Wilhoit trying to make his presence just a little bit more known in the title race. He's done so by qualifying in front of Gatlin Downey and Randolph. Both drivers did not have their best qualifying performances, as you can see in the background, with Gatlin Downey being in the 61 green and white car, and the red and blue car being Tim Randolph. Next up in the row is Derek Hamill in the 85 car, who's been sort of outperforming his teammate as of late, but really these two have just been carrying the team just little by little. And in the last row of the top 10, it is Milo Red Ryback in the 04 in 9th place, looking to try and close up the gap to his teammate. Alongside him will be Stephen Thompson in the 55 for Sabasport. I probably butchered it. Either way, but as we'll go through the grid a little bit more, the track has been gripped up by the Sunoco Elite Series, so we should have a rather grippy track, and that means we probably won't have as chaotic of a race because the track's already been gripped in. And now with the grid gone through, we will go to the start of the race. Safety cars out here, and we get set to go. In case someone gets hurt, we will get set to go racing here in a moment. The engines are fired as we get set to go green flag racing here in Lublin, Poland, and in fact, the green flag has been dropped. And we are racing here in Poland. Grace Takayama did not get a good start, but that might be part of her plan. As we go through turn number 1 and 2, and it's called the Snake, and it will be clean through there. That was a trouble spot in the Sunoco Elite Series just a little bit, but it's good to see we have no wrecks at the moment in the first lap. Side to side racing as we go through the high speed S's going uphill. Mark Nutt trying to take the lead from Audra Baranowskis. Baranowskis tries to fight back, can't do it. Will she at least be able to take her position second from the 71? She will, and so the 45 will stick with the 71. The top 4 kind of separating themselves from the rest of the pack of what would be Derek Hamill and Tristan Wilhoit, with the rest of the field trying to sort themselves out. Chris Louviere started in second to last, has moved up one position, had a wreck in qualifying, had a offing in qualifying, his only lap that you are allowed here at this track because of just the sheer length of it. He had a small offing, and that cost him. And the same could be said about Kyle Schock Jr.'s lap. He too put a wheel in the dirt, and he too also just made that small mistake. We have a wreck up front. It is Sean Ard and Michael Kennedy, the two Hondas, getting together just a little bit. More than just a little bit. Kennedy has a lot of damage on the side of that car. Tough break for that car. They were looking strong already. They were in the top 10. Chris Louviere is going to get absolutely held up because of this as well. And that's going to be costly to the 98 and the 15. Meanwhile, up front, the 66, 35, 71, and 45 all are in the top 4. Kind of have a small breakaway from 5th place of Tristan Wilhoit. Then it's Stephen Thompson, Derek Hamill, Matthew Blackley, Sebastian Morandi, and then a fight between the 18 and 04 that will be won by the 04 of Ryback, and potentially Ryback's teammates going to pass. Well, that's because Sean Ard is coming into the pits because of the damage he has sustained to that car. It is no worry though, because for Chris Louviere, even though he did get screwed out of some positions, he has a good enough car to just suck up to his aero is just so good from that Nexus Motorsports garage that he can just suck up to the rear end of this pack and make up a few positions almost immediately. Meanwhile, up front, battle for 3rd place is going on, the last podium spot. 45 wants it and will take it from the 71 of Vladimir Petrov. It is a Bavarian Race Sport 2-3 at the moment, with Mark Nutt leading the way, trying to look for his first win of his career. The top 4 all in line, all trying to keep themselves away from Tristan Wilhoit. Wilhoit is a fast driver on these road courses, but a top 5 would work wonders for this 36 team. He's been consistent all season long so far, but right now our focus is on the 66 car, your leader, Mark Nutt, in the Castrol Toyota, with the 35 of Andre Baranowskis following suit, Race Takayama, and the 71 of Vladimir Petrov. Petrov taking a move on the 45 car. This is Bavarian Race Sports, what would be their home race, because this is just right over from Germany. So this is going to be the closest they get to home in Bavaria. Matthew Blackley doing rather impressively in the new age motorsports car, as well as Sebastian Morandi right behind him. The two black and green cars sort of working together up here, trying to see if they can keep themselves up here. Then we have the two Ditech cars with each other of Milorad Ryback and the 29 of Tim Randolph. Tim Randolph outside the top 10. Then it's Elijah Innes and the 26 of Hunter Milk. 52 car Jeremiah Dwayne. The 13 of Peter Onjack. looking to try to reclaim the momentum that he lost earlier this season, along with Sebastian Kukulon. Avril Mead looking to try and get something going for her season. Allie Nelson trying to... She's had good runs, but she just has not had reliability on her side. And for once this season, Gatlin Downey showing some sort of weakness, falling to 19th position and struggling and he's not moving up at all. Chris Louviere has mainly been caught behind this battle. They've been too wide for a really long time, so he hasn't really been able to make a move on Bobby Jones without putting everyone at risk. So this is why Chris is probably in last, but now we have the 89 car trying to come back on the 42 of Priya McShane, and this is why Chris is still in last. Oh, but mistake from the 42, drops it off on the dirt. That's exactly what Chris Louviere did in his qualifying lap. Louviere, however, did not want her was fearful of her going into the grass and potentially coming back up into him. So that's why he gave her the room that he did. Meanwhile, up front, it is still the 66 of Mark Nutt. He's going to have to go really defensive on that 71 car of Vladimir Petrov if he wants to keep his lead. But right now, the lap car, 15 of Michael Candidate, looking to make this a little bit more interesting than what it was just a moment ago. This could really shake up the race if they don't get around him cleanly. The top four continuing to sort of have a breakaway from the rest of the field, but the two drivers, 71-35, make the same mistake. 71 trying to defend from the 35 must have went wide when he saw Audra go wide. Now Mark Nutt diving to the inside of the 15. That was a bit of contact from the 66 to the 15. 35 car trying to move the 71, but the 35 is going to allow her teammate to go underneath them both and to slot herself into second place. Audra just being a good teammate right now, it looks like, as Derek Hamill tries to make his way around the outside of the number 36, and will do so because he gets that inside on that little sweeper. But how will Derek Hamill deal with this 15 car? He doesn't deal with it well at all. The 15 car causes Derek Hamill potentially to lose that position, but no, instead what's going to happen is the 15 is going to cost the 36 2 positions, maybe 3. No, it looks like it's going to be 2 because that's going to come to block the 17. Oh, there was almost a wreck, I think, with the 71. I'll have to check this real quick, as the 71 was all the way down there. And we have only yet to reach the halfway point of this event. We're already approaching lap traffic, who is off pace. 2-3 again for Bavarian Race Sport. This time it's in a different order. Audra Baranowskis, Grace Takayama, but Baranowskis makes a small mistake trying to blow up for her teammate and will allow the 71 through to third. Now, let's see what these guys can do. Oh, the 4's gotten around the 28, but the 28's trying to come right back to the 04. They're battling it out, but the toe that the 04 has and the inside on this corner right here will spell the end of the challenge for Morandi. Give 9th place to the 04 car. Has everything settled down yet? It looks like it. And Louviere has gotten a position back. And so now we will go take a look at what happened to the 71 car. I am intrigued to see what happened. Vladimir Petrov nearly took out the 45 and himself. That was very, very close. The 29 went a bit wide here. That's what Kyle Schock Jr. did in his qualifying run. Coming into the start of the lap, he brought in too much steam and just went flying off the second curb that you hit on the right side of your car. Just unsettled him, and he went far off into the dirt and lost a ton of time. We will now bring you back to live racing. While we were away, the 45 gained on the 66 the same way that the 35 gained on the 71. The 04 has lost a position, and the 36 continues to sort of slide back. I wonder if he's abused his tires just a little bit too much. Oh, he's going to try and defend the position, but instead slings it off the track. Tristan Wilhoit is going to lose a few positions here, and we have to go back up to the front because I think something's happening. No, it's actually Mark Nutt coming out to stretch the gap with just a bit. Peter Onjak is looking mighty good right now. He's just keeping it on the island. It's probably the best method to have at doing good at this track. Stephen Thompson doing phenomenal right now in that Save a Sport car. The Mustang trying to bring this 6th place home, maybe even more, if he can catch Derek Hamill. There is still a lot of racing to go. There may only be 20 laps, but it is a long, long circuit. Something that we're going to have to look out for, though, is the pit road. As we saw last time out for Iskra, the pit exit, the pits here can be quite chaotic, to say the least. We could very well see a wreck and some penalties. Oh, the 66 makes a huge mistake. Mark Nutt made an astronomically large mistake. Dropped the wheel in the grass. New leader looks to be Grace Takayama, and probably will bring Vladimir Petrov with her. Yes, maybe actually. It is not set in stone just yet. Now, the 71 looking for the lead himself. Vladimir Petrov trying to take the lead. Now, Mark Nutt trying to split the middle of the two. Mark Nutt's not going to split the middle. In fact, Audra Baranowskis is going to cut them both. She's going to at least give Vladimir Petrov. No, she doesn't even get Petrov. Petrov's not going to get saved. All this battling going on. Derek Hamill has caught up to the rear end of this group, and he could very well just latch on for the rest of his race. Elijah Innes has cracked the top 10. Milo Ryback battling with the 28 as we go back up here. The 71 slings it underneath the 66, and so does the 35. The 35 trying to take it, but she had a bit too much movement and scrubbed off so much momentum on the corner exit that she could not make the move on the 66. And now you watch them slide it through here. You wonder how they abuse these tires so hard. That is why right there. As we look back up to the front, our new leader, Grace Takayama, already trying to extend her gap to the back of this pack, trying to shake the 71 from slipstream distance to see if she can perhaps put away her first race victory. Let's see if she has enough to put it together. Audra Baranowskis all over the back bumper of the 66 of Mark Nutt. Mark Nutt going to have to try to cut low. Made her cut low, and she's going to try the outside, which turns into the inside here. She's able to hold on, and I think this is going to be Audra Baranowskis up into P3. It is going to be Baranowskis to P3. Though I don't know now, the 85 doesn't look strong enough to make a difference for that 35, but she makes it anyways. But that's because the 66 makes a huge mistake again in the same corner. That corner, those pair of corners is going to really, really haunt the 66 driver of Mark Nutt. Now the 7 car pushing the 66 just a little bit wide. 7 car to take over that 66 car spot. Morandi trying to do the same. The 66 has fallen pretty substantially. This gives Derek Hamill a position on the podium, but not for long. The 35 taking that spot from the 85. New third place, bronze as it would be in the Olympics if this were the Olympics. Audra Baranowskis, the Lithuanian, sitting in third. These types of performances by Audra are what made her a title threat last season. Could she do it again? Could she start piecing these things together? Also, a small shout out to the 55 of Stephen Thompson. Running in the top 5 was Sabasport. Sabasport did not have the hottest season last season. They came into the season with low hopes, low morale, just a little bit, and now Stephen Thompson is throwing together some good runs for the team. Bobby Jones has pitched in a few times trying to help, but that sometimes has been all for naught. The 93-77 car have issues. We will go take a look at that. That looks to be another incident that it's Jack Bignacco and Allie Nelson. That is something that will require our attention immediately, as nothing is going on near the front, nothing happening in the top 5, and the 04 trying to get around the 66 car. And he's going to do so. So we will cut over. Will he? Oh, it's going to come down to these 2 corners. He gets a decent run off. And he's going to get it, I think, into this corner. No. The 66 holds on with the small slipstream that he has. Oh, the 04 really slung it in there. And the 04 makes a huge mistake. But so does the 26 gets pushed wide by the 29. So we're going to stay here for now. That 61 car just does not look good at all. Now, I think we can cut away. But Morandi making some moves up here. And so now we will go take a look at what happened to the Curtis Racing Honda and the Stone Ocean Racing Motorsports or Racing. I think it's Stone Ocean Racing. Toyota. Yuki Tamura made a huge mistake in this corner right here, and she went off. Tapped the wall right here. And then she had nowhere to go, she had no grip, and just slid up into the 73 and 77. It is a heartbreak for that trio of drivers. They were having an astounding performance so far. Well, they weren't setting the world on fire, but they weren't doing bad either. They were in 25th, going to bring the car home in a decent points-paying position. Instead, all they have done is giving the 98, a bit more number of positions. Moves up to 26th after that incident. We will now cut back to live television. Welcome back as we are looking at the battle for second place. Audra Baranowskis has been hunting down this number 71 Smirnoff Toyota, and it has gotten there successfully. The Jägermeister BMW looking to get away through this 71 if she can. Derek Hamill catching up right back up this pack, maybe just little by little, but I don't think he'll be there enough to really be a factor in anything unless they start fighting. Pit stops are expected to happen soon. The 89 comes in as one of the first takers, along with some of the front runners that were looking for an advantage. The undercut could definitely work this afternoon, but we will have to see if it may. Definitely a bunch of slow cars out there. Would probably be the sort of best to come in before you catch them. Vladimir Petrov gaining on that 45. 45 might have used up all the good in those tires. Morandi, by the way, holding your fastest lap at the moment. And those 3 precious bonus points to go towards your title run. Right now, those coveted points are in Morandi's hands, who seems to be always in the hunt for those coveted bonus points. As now, the leaders come into pit. It will be time to see who is willing to risk it all to get another position, and it is Elijah Ennis willing to make that move to go up a position. There is no question you have to pit on this lap to be competitive. Still. So now we go to Stephen Thompson to see if he can perhaps make up any positions at all. Mark Nutt's in this group that pit early. And Thompson will... I don't think he'll make up any time. Milo and Ryback's going to try to beat him out. And Ryback actually gained a position, I think, on Thompson. Yeah, he was not in front of Blackley at all. So now we only have one last thing in Grace Takayoma's way. That is herself. She doesn't appear to have any lap traffic issues at the moment. As now we look for the leaderboard to sort itself out at the end of this lap. Peter Onjak has worked his way into the top 10, it looks like. And Tim Randolph appears to have found a way out of it. To stay out of it, we will take a look at the end of this lap. It is Grace Takayama, Vladimir Petrov, Audra Baranowskis, Derek Hamill, who has damage, Elijah Ennis, and Sebastian Rondi looking for a move. 04 car of Mylorad Ryback, who is still sliding it a bit wide in this corner. Then it's Blackley, Onjak, Thompson, and then just outside of the top 10, Jeremiah Dwayne. Then it is the 36 of Tristan Wilhoit. Hunter Milk battling it out with Tim Randolph once more, as the 61 still struggling for that. They are running P16. Now, Stephen Thompson goes really aggressive on the defense. Huge mistake by the 52. Will the 36 capitalize on it? I don't know if he can capitalize on it, because he was trying to avoid the 52 coming back on the track. Now the 36 sees weakness in that 52 as we approach the 2 laps to go mark. Just 2 more to go for Grace Takayama to win her first race of her career. That's all she has to wait. The 71 car trying all he can to spoil the party for the 45. Vladimir Petrov out of Russia. Grace Takayama out of Japan have 2 laps to settle it out. The Lithuanian's not going to be a factor. The Americans are not going to be a factor in this, nor is the Belarusian. Nor is really anyone else going to be a factor in any of this. It looks like it's going to be this lap to see if the 71 can catch the 45 at all. Can he get into striking distance? 52 with another mistake after catching the 55, letting the 36 back in just a little bit. Sebastian Morandi still holding the fastest lap. As we look at this battle out here on the outskirts of the top 10, as we receive the white flag for Grace Takayama one final time, and looking at it now, she does have a lap car to deal with. It's going to be Michael Candidate. She will catch him on this last lap. The 28 car going for a move on Elijah Ennis, going for all that they can on this last lap. Oh, Tristan Wilhoit put the bumper on the 52. And he's going to make that move work. The 36 car puts the chrome horn to the 52. And the 52 will lose a position to the 36 potentially. Let's see if the 52 is able to fight back. No, can't even fight back in the S's. Tristan Wilhoit's going for more, looking for another attack. Meanwhile, we go up front, and the 15 car's giving the 45 trouble. And that gap that closed in by Vladimir Petrov matters now. He is all over the 45. Can he make a move? He's hesitant to make a move. He doesn't want to move wherever Grace Takayama is. This is a great move by Takayama to not move at all. Takayama trying to get down. Gets down underneath the 15. Brings the 71 with her. 71's going to look out, but he's not going to have enough time. Grace Takayama is going to win here in Hockenheim. here in Lublin. With Vladimir Petrov, a painful second place gives her a little tap for a congratulation. Third place is going to be Audra Baranowskis. Fourth goes to Derek Hamill. Fifth, Elijah Ennis. Sixth is our fastest lap holder of the race, Sebastian Morandi. Seventh goes to the 04 of Milorad Ryback. Then there's Peter Onjak picking his pace back up once more on these road courses. Then we have the 7 car of Matthew Blackley outperforming his equipment today. Their drivers are really good for this season, it looks like. Blackley has put together a solid performance, and if you remember at Kansas, Sebastian Coupelon was able to do the same. Then it is the 55 of Stephen Thompson rounding out your top 10. Tristan Wilhoit did all he could, and he should be proud. But it was not enough, as now the rest of the leader will tick by, as I will zoom in on this leaderboard right about now, so that everyone can take a look at it. Thank you for tuning into this race. I hope you all enjoyed this race today as we get set to go racing next time for our special event in Latvia. And so till then, until we see you in Gravity. And with that, we thank you for tuning into this broadcast of the race. We hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this race. And until next time when we see you in Gravis City for the special event, we will see you.